Hey Brick fans, welcome to Brick Bakery, where all our jokes are half baked. I'm Jacob and today it's time for LEGO door tutorial. As a LEGO builder, I am used to using doors like these. These are great because they are readily available. You can get them in LEGO sets and maybe you can get them on Bricklink and stuff like that. And they're very easy to use in your MOCs and they are very sturdy. They are very easy to fit in everywhere. But sometimes I want something else from my doors. Sometimes I want a design that's not readily available. And that's why I have been working with doors in the last few days. I'm going to show you 5 designs that I've come up with, which I think you could use as well in your LEGO city if you want to. These are the 5 doors I've come up with. I'm going to show you the designs step by step and show you how you can build them yourself. And maybe you can copy them if you want to, or you can modify them and make them better for your own LEGO MOC. This is the first door I came up with actually. It's a medieval looking door that looks like it's made of wood by using some of these 1x4 and 1x2 modified bricks right here. There's also been used some headlight pieces to be able to attach these 1x2 plates with this modified end. And then I've used some modified bricks with a clip right here to be able to attach these plates right here. You could of course use 1x1 modified plates with a clip on them if you wanted to, and then just use some 1x1 plates to get the height correct. But this one takes up almost the same amount of space as a regular LEGO door, so it is pretty easy to fit into your LEGO MOC house if you want to. A detail that's worth focusing on very shortly is the fact that I've used one of these 1x1 round bricks here to make it look like that this wood piece here is going all the way down. You could of course use another piece here, maybe something to indicate a lock or something like that, but I've chosen this one because I think it looks the best. The next door I came up with is this one. It's a little more industrial looking, a little more modern in its design. It looks like something that should be in some kind of industry, maybe a industrial kitchen or something like that. It's not designed for a 4 wide opening, even though the door does look like it, but if it was 4 wide it wouldn't cover everything, except if you do a slight modification. Right now it's mounted with these clip pieces here and these 1x2 modified plates right here. And that means it can swing open like this, which looks kind of good, I think. I like that you can see these big hinges over here. It really gives it a nice industrial look. But if you want it to fit in a 1x4 opening, you have to modify it just a bit. And with this modification, it would fit into a 4 wide opening, but then you would have to use rounded pieces over here to actually get it to open. Right now, it is stuck, but that is a modification you can do if you want to. I've got to admit that I do like this one the best though, because I do like the way these hinges look over here, even though it doesn't cover a full 4x1 door. But feel free to modify this to your content. It is what it is all here for. This is just a suggestion of what you could do if you wanted to. The next door is this one. I wanted to do something that was a little more sci-fi, which is why I've made it open like this. It looks like something out of a spaceship or something, I think. Again, this one only covers a 3 wide door, but I think that doesn't really matter because it looks good when it's like this. The most difficult part about this one is of course this little piece right here. But what you need is one Technic 1x2 with a hole and one 1x2 modified with a Technic pin on the side, and then you can actually do this. The problem with these 3 wide doors is of course the back, because that's not symmetrical, and if you want something that looks symmetric on both sides, you'll have to go with another design, and I'll show you another solution for that. This door is actually 6 bricks tall, which makes it a little taller than regular LEGO doors. And it's something that's worth to consider. If you want to use this for one of your MOCs, you'll have to make the floor which this is on a little taller. And you'll have to make room for this in some way. There's got to be room up here for this to move about. So maybe you need something with a very tall roof, or maybe this needs to be an outside door. Who knows? This is a futuristic design, and actually I do like this color scheme, I've got to admit. Maybe I've got to do something in these shades here. Who knows? Another take on the same idea is trying to cover up the mess that is left by these Technic pins and all that. This door opens in the same way as the other one, but I've used a Technic pin and a small ball handle like this to be able to open and close the door. The door is then attached through a 1x2 brick like this and has a modified 1x2 with a Technic hole like that. And then you just fit that one in there and put the pin in like this, and then you can turn this one and you can open and close the door like this. The advantage of this design is of course both that you are hiding all the stuff that goes on inside the door, and you have a symmetrical look on both front and back. The downside is that you'll have to make 3 bricks wide walls, which may take up a lot of room if you don't have too much room to do with. But I think it pays off in the end, and I do think it looks good. If we take a closer look at the door itself, we can see that it is just a symmetrical build, and it has one small extension right here, which makes it possible for it to swing around this point. If I moved this in here, it would swing around this point instead, and then it would have a funny motion. You'll also notice that I put in some of these sloped pieces up here, but that means that it can more easily move up and down and not get caught on any edges inside the wall. The hardest part about this one was actually to figure out this part right here and make it look like it is actually something that is mechanical in some sense. So another science fiction door with an alternative way of opening and closing. Now, if you want to, you could of course add some of these slope bricks right here and here, and a couple of slopes down here in the bottom as well, and you'll get this more rounded look, which is quite cool, I think. The last door here is probably the simplest one. This is just a sliding door. You've probably seen these all over the place already, but I actually liked this design with this bigger panel right here. This reminds me of something that could fit into a laboratory or some kind of underground secret base or something like that. There's not much to this one. There's a couple of headlight bricks over here to hold in this panel, and the most difficult part about this one are these plates up here, which are these modified plates that has a slide right here that makes it possible for the bricks to slide against each other like this. So I wouldn't call this one difficult, and maybe not even an original design. The hardest part is getting these pieces right here that has these sliding bits. Other than that, it's pretty simple, and the advantage with this one is that it can look symmetric on both sides. Of course, you'll have to make room on this wall over here so you can slide all the way over. But as I just said, this is probably not an original design. You've probably seen this all over the place already. I believe it is in some of the new space sets, actually. Maybe those doors are a little taller than this one. However, I have found it interesting to play around with this, and I do think this kind of door could be cool to use in different kinds of MOCs. So that was the 5 doors I came up with. This medieval looking door, this more modern industrial looking one, a sliding door, and 2 science fiction doors. I had a lot of fun coming up with those custom LEGO doors. It's interesting to try to make things that are not standard. It's not like I don't like these standard doors. I do like them. I think they can do great things for your MOC, and they look great as well. So that's pretty cool, but sometimes you want something different, and that's what I find very interesting about LEGO. But are you inspired to make your own doors? Are there some of my designs you might want to copy, or maybe you want to modify them? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to hear about it. But that's all for me today. I hope you'll comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you guys next Monday.